Hey there, everyone. Today I kind of wanted to share something a little personal with you. A lot of the time when I get down, when I get into a mood or whatever, I get a little bummed out. I like to write things, especially when they're related to what I'm talking about or what I'm thinking about, I should say. And a while ago, I wrote something, and for the most part, I usually try and keep these things pretty much just private. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff pop up on my feeds lately, and a lot of people have just been feeling kind of a little bit lost, I should say, a little bit confused about what's going on and, what to do with their lives and what's happening with their lives right now and how they should approach everything. And I had written something about that before. I don't think that this is actually going to quote unquote help anybody. I don't have anything in this little essay that I wrote. Basically, it's pretty much an essay. I don't have anything in here that I think is going to provide any answers, but I think sometimes it helps to know that other people are kind of going through the same thing. They feel just as lost. And I heard a quote years ago where you're not supposed to compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. And that's an important quote for me because we especially with social media, we go online and we see all these people and they're having all these fun times and they're doing all these fun things. And we're comparing all of that. Those are just the highlights, the cliff notes. And then we're comparing all of that to what's going on in our lives and in our minds. And for a lot of us, all that stuff is just very jumbled. It feels very jumbled. And that can be very devastating because when we're not sure what to do with our lives, it gets worse when we feel like everybody else does know what to do with their lives. So we can sort of feel like we're alone in that problem. So I kind of figured, lately a lot of people have been posting that kind of stuff. So I said, you know what, I think I'm going to share this. And like I said, it's not going to provide any answers, but maybe you'll hear something here that makes you understand that the sorts of things that they are going on in your life, you'll hear them here and you'll realize that other people are going through that too. So maybe you'll feel a little bit less alone in your problems, and maybe that'll help. I don't really know. But here we go. I find life to be a confusing set of conundrums and contradictions. Am I supposed to be happy with who I am, or am I supposed to try hard to better myself and change? Should I be working hard and building a good life? What if I like the life I have now? Am I supposed to keep working and building, or do I take it easy and relax, like people say is important? Do I care, aka worry, or do I accept fate and let things happen as they will and not struggle, which looks and sounds an awful lot like giving in? Is there even a right answer to any of these questions? Is simply asking the right thing to do? Or is it nitpicking and whining, so I should suck it up since everyone else is going through this too? Is everyone going through this? The rich and poor probably don't have these problems. The goals are simple for them. For the rich, just keep staying rich is basically the goal. After that, the world is open to live however you want without many consequences. I'd like to be rich, but rich is hard work. And if I work too hard, I'll burn out and people will say that's not healthy and I need to relax more. For the poor, stay alive is the mission. Find a place to sleep, get some food and water, make what little money you can. It may not be easy all the time, but understanding the importance of it is, and that helps keep life simple. I'd like to be poor, and becoming poor is easy, but then the world tells me I'm a failure, and feeling like a failure is also not healthy. So I stay in the middle with everyone else. But for everyone else, it's tough to see the lines. Hard to know when to push and when to step aside. Unclear of when you should be content or when you should be concerned. If I try and fail, how many more times should I try? Too many times and I'm a fool. Not enough and I'm a quitter. If I try and succeed, can I be happy about it? Or does being happy about it make me an arrogant show-off? So many conflicts. I'm going to keep fighting. I have to keep fighting. I think I have to. I just wish I knew where to wage my war. Do I fight for more or do I fight for less? Am I supposed to be happy or sad? Happy means I like the way things are. So I don't fight for change, because why fight to change what already makes you happy? But that means things don't get better, and they may get worse if you don't struggle to keep what you have. Sad means I never stop fighting, which means I may continue to gain, but if I'm fighting all the time, when do I get a chance to stop and be happy? I know what the answer is. It's balance. But how much of each is right? Do I fight more than relax, or do I relax more than fight? I can't answer any of this, and that drives me crazy. But these questions are what make up life, aren't they? Trying to answer them is what we're all doing. It's so painful to even think about. And yet people say you should love life and all its joys and wonders and ignore its problems. And every day I see people seeming to do that. Love life. Are they lying? Pretending? Blocking out the problems with some ability that I don't possess? I'm envious of their love of life, even if it's a trick. Because honestly, I don't love life nearly as much as everyone else appears to. It just all feels like one big struggle without a reason. Like stubbing your toe on purpose. And when you cry out and someone asks why you did that, your only answer is just because. That's a terrible reason for all of this to be happening. Oh well, back to work. And then work later. And then some more work when I get home. And then sleep. And then work tomorrow. All so that I can rest at some point. Then I'll rest up so I can get some more work. Then I'll work so I can rest. Sounds weird when I say it out loud. I'd like to thank you all for listening to the little essay that I wrote at some point. It's just, I was at a time where I was just finding life very confusing right now, and it seems like that's what's going on for a lot of people. And I guess that's something that just is always going on for people. But I just, if you heard something in there that made way too much sense to you, then hopefully just knowing that somebody else is thinking it helps. You know that you're not alone in these problems. And that's, I think, is something that can be very devastating to us, to feel like we're alone in whatever is going on in our lives. So hopefully some of this helped, just hearing it. Maybe it put things into a little bit more perspective. Maybe you can organize your thoughts a little bit better. And because a lot of the time that's really all you have to do. It's we have the ability to solve pretty much every problem we have in our lives. But if we don't feel organized about it, if our mind is a big jumble, we're not going to solve any problem. That becomes the first problem that we need to solve. So hopefully you heard something in here that's going to help you. If you did, or if you know somebody who may benefit from something that you heard here, please share that with somebody else. Share this video with somebody else, and talk to them. Be there for them, and hopefully someone is there for you. I wish I could be there for everybody. I know it sounds like a corny, hokey thing to say, but I do wish that I could say something in one of these videos that just solves all the problems. But I guess all I can do is try and talk and help people out with what they're going through. Hopefully a couple people at a time. And then if you heard something that you find helpful and it does help you, transfer that to somebody else. Maybe now you can take that and talk to somebody else about what they're going through. And sometimes, this is going to sound weird, but sometimes helping other people also helps us. So when you see someone in need, give them a hand, and you'd be surprised. Maybe helping them is going to open a door that will make it possible for you to help yourself a little bit. But I'd like to thank you all for listening. Have a good day. Take it easy. Be calm. I know that as of the posting of this video, the school season's about to start, and I'm wondering if that's why I'm seeing a lot of more stress in my social media. But for whatever's going on in your life, take it easy. Take care. Be cool. and just try and take it one problem at a time. And in the end, you'll be surprised at how much you're capable of. Thank you.